Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to show you how you can set your print profile and how you can set a print area in Excel. So on the screen, I've got some data. If I do Control P, which is a key command for print, I can see a print preview of my document. And you can see on this one, I've got 4 pages. If I come down, you can see it's all like that. That's 3.5 really. Go back to the top. Now you've got some tools here on the left that you can use to try and get that onto less pages. So for example, if I go into page setup here, I can maybe force this to fit one by one and see what happens if I click OK to that. So that's not great because it's not really readable. So I'll go back into it, put that back up to, that was on, let's come down, let's try 50%. You can change the percentage as well. So that's over 2 pages. So that's not too bad. I can read that, and then that's just over 2 pages. So you can play around with these in page setup. I'll leave it on 100%, so it's on 4 pages. Just put that back up to 100%. Other things you've got in this page setup area, which you've also got duplicated on the ribbon, is the margins area. Now what I tend to do is tick these 2 boxes like so, because what that will do is center any spare bit of text into the middle. If I click OK to that, you see that's centered that one. Now if I go down to that bottom page, you see how it's centering in the middle? Come back up to the top. I'm using my scroll mouse to scroll up and down here. Back into page setup. I'll leave that on there. You haven't got, if you're trying to save space, there's not a lot of space there with the margins because that's 1.9 centimeters, less than an inch already. That's really tight. So not a lot of scope there. Now if you go to the header area, you've got some places where you can do headers and footers. I'll click on custom headers so you can see how this one works. So basically, you've got 3 sections across the page. So I'll type my name in there. I'll put the file name in the middle, and I'll put the date and time in the right. Now if I click OK, you'll get a little preview of that. I've not saved this file, so it's just saying book 9. If I go to the footer, I can click in the middle and go page of pages. That's what I want in there. And I click OK to that, and you get the little preview there. Now the last tab in this box is sheet, where most of this is grayed out, but you can play around with these options, grayscale, etc. Changing the order of print, so page 1, 2, 3, so it goes, if there was multiple columns over here, which there isn't, you could go that way. I'll leave it on that. Now back to the head and footer for a second. This is the old way of doing it. In the newer versions of Excel, you've got features on the ribbon, which I'll show you in a second. So I'll just click OK to that for now, and just come back into the document and show you those other features. So on the ribbon, you've got page layout, and you can see this area here. If I click on that little arrow, it takes me back to page setup, the same place I've just been through print preview. But what you've got here are the same sort of options that we looked at, but you've also got print area, this area here. So print area would allow you to do something like this. If I select that, click on print area, set print area, that is now the only bit that's going to be printed. If I do Control P, you can see that that's sitting in the middle because I ticked those 2 boxes, and it's got that area only. It hasn't got the titles. So if I go back, there's another thing I can do there. Print titles, which goes into page setup, but now on that sheet tab, which was grayed out before, it is no longer grayed out, and I can click here and force these column headings to be printed on every page. So I've clicked on that, clicking OK. I'll do Control P again. Same thing, but this time I have the heading so I can see what that is. Come back to the document, and to clear print area, you're going up to the top there, clear print area, and then you're back to square one. Now, you've also got, if you use these tools, orientation of the document. So this is a printout and an option to get margins there. You can play with the margins. If I click on the bottom option, it takes you back to page setup. So page setup you could start off in and then tweak things through this option. You've also got on the view tab some options of looking at this area from a different perspective. So if I go to this one, page preview, this will give me the option to use the page break feature to adjust the pages. So down the bottom there, you see like I've just got a little bit on page 4. I could pull that up and let's see, now I've just got 3 pages. That's not sitting there. Let me just do print preview, Control P. I've just got 3 pages there that's going to be printed. We'll go back to the document and click on the next one, page layout option. This is a good one. This actually shows you the headers and footers, like so. It's what I typed in page setup. I could have typed it here, and down the bottom there, if I come out of it, you've got the footer area. So once you click into that area, the actual header and footer tab appears, and you've got those features that were used in the page setup box sitting here. So this is only available on the newer versions of Excel. Prior to 2007, you had to use page setup, so that's quite old now. That's the features there. You've also got these view features. If I go back to view, come out of this, just click on there. If we go back to view and back to normal, you've got down the bottom right hand corner the same sort of buttons. That's normal. That's your header and footer view, page layout view, and that's the page break view, where you can play around with the actual where the page breaks, like so. Just pull that up, and then pull that one up, a view, and then we'll put page 4 down maybe to get these extra things. Now if I come back onto normal view down the bottom there and do Control P, let's see what I've done there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's quite a bit more information on page 4, but I've got all the information. Dropped a bit off each page, but you can see it's probably better the way I've done that. Close that one down. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can set a print area and set up your document to print off how you want to see it. So hopefully that was of use. I'll catch you in the next one.